Saydnaya Prison, one of the most feared places in Syria, a place of secrecy, suffering, and death. For decades, thousands of prisoners have entered, but many never came out. Now, with the collapse of the Assad regime, families of the disappeared are rushing to Saydnaya, desperate for news. What happened behind these walls? What horrors were hidden from the world? Today, we uncover the dark reality of Saydnaya Prison, also known as the Human Slaughterhouse. Saydnaya is located about 30 kilometers north of Damascus and was built in the 1980s. Officially, it was a military prison, but in reality, it became a site for detaining anyone who opposed the Assad regime: activists, journalists, protesters, and even ordinary civilians. For decades, people were arrested without trials, tortured for confessions, and executed in complete secrecy. Saydnaya consists of two main buildings. 1. The White Building, originally used for military officers suspected of being disloyal. This facility was heavily guarded and isolated. 2. The Red Building, the main prison, known for its Y-shaped structure. It held thousands of prisoners, including political detainees and members of opposition groups. Former prisoners say between 10,000 to 20,000 people were crammed inside these buildings at one time, living in inhuman conditions. Saydnaya was more than a prison. It was a place of systematic torture and mass executions. Prisoners were starved, forced to eat rotten food, or sometimes nothing at all. Beatings were constant, with guards using sticks, cables, and electric shocks. Many died from disease and malnutrition, while others were executed without warning. According to Amnesty International, thousands of prisoners were hanged in secret mass executions. Prisoners were often taken from their cells at night, told they were being transferred, only to be led to the gallows. Their bodies were later dumped in mass graves, leaving their families with no answers. This is why human rights groups call it the Human Slaughterhouse. Saydnaya's layout remained a mystery for years. The Assad regime never allowed photos or videos from inside. So how do we know what happened? Survivors who were lucky enough to be released shared horrifying details. Former guards who escaped gave testimony about mass killings. Satellite images and leaked reports helped human rights groups reconstruct the prison structure. A 2017 report by Amnesty International and the U.S. State Department confirmed the existence of mass executions, with estimates that up to 13,000 people were killed between 2011 and 2015 alone. Even after the war started, Saydnaya remained a symbol of terror, a place where voices were silenced forever. Now, with the fall of the Assad regime, the prison gates may finally open. Families who have waited for years may finally learn the fate of their loved ones. But the scars of Saydnaya will not disappear. The world must remember. The victims deserve justice. What will be found inside? How many bodies will be uncovered? Only time will tell. Saydnaya is not just a prison. It is a crime scene. A symbol of decades of repression, suffering, and unimaginable cruelty. Now, as Syria moves toward an uncertain future, one thing is clear. The truth about Saydnaya must never be forgotten. Remember the victims. Demand justice. Please like, share, and subscribe to support our work in uncovering hidden truths. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Thank you for watching.